Welcome, everyone. Let's open the meeting with a roll. Please, Chairman.
Martha Well,
Here.
Amy Vanadiri, Tom LeCount,
Here.
Jim Picon,
Here.
Brian Berrien,
Here.
Christopher Munn.
Here. All right, and so know that Amy is not here for conflict of interest. Is there anyone else with a conflict of interest to ask before we go? Approve the meeting notice. We're having a special meeting. There should not be any bills and communications. We're not approving any minutes, James, as it's a special meeting. We don't have a report from the treasurer or reports from committees, and we're not going to be discussing any unfinished business.
Correct. You're all ready to leave?
Right through that, Jeff. Need more special meetings.
However, we have so we have for consideration today in new business the preliminary resolution for Mid-Hudson Development Corporation and the town of Poughkeepsie to induce a project providing for the sales tax exemption and the mortgage recording tax exemption for an approximately $11,421,510 project for the construction and development of a 32-unit multifamily residential apartment community on South Road near across from Locust Grove in the town of Poughkeepsie. So let's have a discussion and set it up.
Right. Previously, this application came before the board in July during our July 8th meeting. At that time, the project was, or the application was tabled, and we were then asked to seek a impact analysis on the project. It was further clarified after the July 8th meeting that an an economic impact analysis report was not required because there was no pilot attached to this application. The applicant is only requesting sales tax exemption as well as mortgage recording tax exemption. The applicant has subsequently requested a special meeting, which is why we are here today, to have the application reviewed and considered by the board today. Representing Mid-Hudson Development are Jocelyn and Kelly of KARC, and I will ask them, either one of you, to share more about the project with the board. Thank you for being here this morning.
Yep, I'm Kelly Leibold with KRC. We did do an extensive presentation at the last meeting. I can go through it again if you'd like me to. I think the only remaining items that the board was looking for at the last meeting was just an analysis of the school-age children, which we provided a memo just using metrics that we have available to us. And the projection was between 8 and 10 school-age children that may enter the school district. Other than that, there was no additional information that the board had requested at the last meeting.
Good. Well, I'll go first. So looking at the metrics, I think generally we've seen with other projects financial pro forma come through, and so what I'm asking, well, bringing that up, and maybe it's the wrong way of asking it, the question that we need to answer is, why do you need our assistance? Is it essential to your project? Can you do your project without our assistance?
It cannot. Yes, it's cost prohibitive.
And
we do that.
And what are the numbers that back that up?
So we've provided you with a whole pro forma. This has been a lot of back and forth. So excuse my frustration, but at the last meeting, the board wanted to move forward with the Camoin report. And so we completed a complete analysis using the Camoin format, the Excel format and so forth. So we provided that to the board. And And then it was determined that that report wasn't needed. So I don't have that in front of me. I don't have that pro forma in front of me, but we have provided, that was several weeks ago, a whole analysis of the project.
All right. The analysis that we have, I'm sorry, I'm going to take, it's a special meeting, so maybe we can all learn from this a little bit.
And you have the MRB report.
Yeah, which doesn't
So
in itself provide that type of information. So
if you could take us through the sales tax exemption will be towards what portion of the construction of the project?
Sure. So it would be the materials that they would be utilizing for the building. So it would be lumber, concrete, any of the materials that are going there, steel, windows, kitchen equipment, just the finished fit up, bathroom, plumbing, et cetera. So the materials that will be purchased will be sales tax exempt. And that is the amount, I think it's about $442,000.
Yep.
Mhm. And then the other request that you're asking is for the mortgage recording tax exemption. If you just share that out as well, so this was property acquired for the specific purpose of this multifamily unit. Okay, so please.
So the mortgage that they're contemplating is a $10 million mortgage. So it'll be construction to permanent. I think the mortgage recording tax, if you do the calculation, it's $105,000. If you back out the MTA portion that cannot be exempt, it comes to $75,000 in a mortgage recording tax. And the intent here is that, I don't need to tell you this, is that this project will result in construction related jobs. Those will result in purchases in the area. It'll result in some permanent jobs. And then obviously it addresses this critical new housing that we're all pushing to try to get into the system.
yes.
And approximately how many permanent jobs will be
There'll
provided?
be 2 full-time equivalents. So between marketing and then on-site staff and management. So it'll be a total of 2 full-time equivalents.
And so typically with a residential project, there is, and you mentioned marketing, there is an aspect of application for the project, for the actual units. Can you share with us, to the knowledge that you may have, how the units are advertised for occupancy?
So these will be market rate housing. Yep. And so they will be advertised through some sort of I'm sure an electronic system. I don't think that they've gotten to that point yet on how they're going to market these properties, but they'll be market rate units.
And so is the marketing condensed to Dutchess County residents? Is it for anyone in the Mid-Hudson region? Is there?
I don't think it's restrictive, and I don't know if they can be restrictive on the Fair Housing Act. So as far as where their reach would go for their marketing, I think it's difficult to tell because generally these are done through social media and websites. And so it's hard to ascertain if people are from out of the state or out of the county, whether or not they'll be moving into the area.
I didn't see a breakdown of how many 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom.
They're all 2.
They're all 2-bedroom. That's why it was right
Yes.
at $3,000 a unit.
That's the anticipated rent, correct?
Can I keep?
Yeah.
So MH and I would.
Mid-Hudson.
They routinely hire local.
Yes.
Local labor.
Yeah, they've been around.
Exclusively.
Yeah, this company's been around for almost 55 years. I mean, I think they're well known
Yes.
for everyone here and they are a local family. They predominantly done most of their work in Dutchess County. And as you know, with contractors, they establish relationships with subcontractors and predominantly their subcontractors are local. I'm sure that they'll be able to meet the 5-county, the local requirements. Yes.
There will not be any waivers.
No, they're not submitting any waivers for that, correct?
One other thing I noted, the rec fee.
Yes.
Just look at $1,000. Is that standard or is that above and beyond?
It's standard in the town of Poughkeepsie.
That's $80,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are paid, in the town of Poughkeepsie, I don't know how this works, but in the town of Poughkeepsie, they used to be paid at the CO. they've changed it, so it's paid at the building permit, so I would imagine that these are already paid, this $8,000 to.
Jamie, it looks like you're.
No, I was looking at the rec fee, 32 apartments. I think it was 4 buildings, 8 units each.
Yes.
Good area. The Camoin report, for, was it Fishkill Crossings, was it? What was it? Jackson Crossing. Yeah, that was a good highlight. That showed the economic stimulus by, proportionate of people coming from outside the area and the disposable income they had. And even if this is at 50%, which Jackson Crossing wasn't, it's still a great economic boost, plus 32 new units into the pipeline for Dutchess County and construction jobs.
And a sufficient amount of on-site parking.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Which,
yeah.
in addition to charging stations for electric vehicles. So,
That's right behind the Holiday Inn, right? It's right by, yeah.
yes.
There was a single family house there that caught on fire.
Which I never even knew was there.
I know, all those-
Yeah, I
yeah.
never really realized that
Yeah.
lot was as big as it was
Yeah.
until that happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I 100% agree. It looks like an excellent project.
Yeah.
I guess my focus on this initial question was when I look at your net operating income, the ratio is pretty good. And so without actually being able to go through, and I know that we have it in the shop, but I haven't seen it, and I'm asking the question of, you've said affirmatively you cannot afford to do this project without our tax exemptions. It's a critical question to the whole project. So that I'm only asking because of the net operating income ratio looked pretty good.
Yeah, but that's before debt service, don't forget.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Correct. And so this also, we've been working on this project for quite some time. I think the last estimate here is in March of 2026 for our construction budgeting.
Yeah.
So we haven't updated our construction budgeting. I would imagine that, as we all know, everything is going up and nothing is coming down. So they're going to have to do a reevaluation of the construction costs. And
Right.
I think I can confidently say it's going to go up. Nothing seems to be coming down.
Right.
I used to own a construction supply company, and years ago, we used to just say, oh, the price is good for 30 days. And now it's good for 4 or 5 days. So everything is going up. I know you're in the construction industry, so you can support that. But I would imagine that this budget is going to go up, higher than what we had anticipated. We also didn't anticipate that, it's a de minimis amount, but we didn't anticipate that the MTA portion of the mortgage recording tax. So we have to just back that into our budget.
To take it out.
Yeah, that's not exempt.
Right.
Correct.
Sadly, they are. Should be in agriculture.
I used to be.
And this also is a preliminary vote, so.
Correct.
Good.
Yeah, this application at this point is for the board to consider inducing the application. And should the board decide to authorize that, the next phase would then be to conduct a public hearing.
Yeah, so I'll make a resolution for the approval of the preliminary resolution for Mid-Hudson Development Corp. For the 32 unit apartments.
I'll second it.
Excellent. All of us, thank you, Desmond.
Christopher Munn,
Yes.
Brian Berry,
Yes.
Jim Picone,
Yes.
Tom LaCow,
Yes.
Mark Doyle.
Yes.
So that's a yes, and thank you very much. We'll be in touch to schedule the public hearing.
We don't need a motion to do that today.
No,
No. Okay, that's, yeah.
you're good to go.
This is, yeah.
This is that.
Right. Well,
Thank you very much.
so today's vote is that.
Okay, at the next meeting, I'll be more prepared to answer something.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure we have it.
Mhm.
But if there are any updates, by all means, let's have those updates.
Okay, very well. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming in on this special meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
Should fill in.
Sure.
Yes, before we adjourn.